What up, what up, what up?
What up, what up? Welcome to the All Circles Media Podcast. We have a very special guest here this evening with us. We have, was it Macy?
Mm-hmm.
We have Macy. If you'd like to introduce yourself fully, what's your full name right over here?
My name is Macy. I'm a 24-year-old photographer from Asheville, Ohio. And yeah, I'm here vibing.
Move it a little closer.
Ew.
I'll pick it up. Yeah.
And then, of course, we have our incomparable other host over here. We have Adam Robb, you know what I'm saying? Technically his show, Our Benefactor. You know? We also have, I am Tyler Watkins. Not me, that's Tyler.
Yeah.
That's Tyler. That's Tyler. Then we have our buddy Jared actually over here, returning once again for a Thursday show this time. Go ahead and introduce yourself on Jared.
Yeah.
Mr. Shepard.
Yo, what's up? Hey, welcome to the new year. Fuck it.
Yeah, for real.
Welcome to the new year.
It's fucking 2023 now. Dude.
Jared brought us. This might look like lemonade.
But he's not.
This is absinthe.
Oh yeah, this is an adult evil.
We're about to. Nah, it's not one of the hallucinogenic models.
It's illegal.
It's a toned down version.
That we know of.
Yeah, we know, yeah.
That we know of.
Did you say you have done like regular abs, like full strength?
One time.
Okay, it's like full strength Tylenol.
What did it taste like?
Absinthe.
What was the experience like?
It's weird. It's like being like. You ever get drunk and then drink like an energy drink or coffee and like you're like wide awake?
You get a second wave.
Focused.
Yeah.
You're like that the entire time. It's weird. It's like you're naturally put into that state because of the wormwood.
So are you still like kind of in like a dissociative state where it's like, you know, I'm stumbling, or like you're just kind of like in the
You're
middle?
intoxicated, but like you're lucid. It's weird. It's like you're in control, but you're intoxicated.
It's like it's like the moment right before you like black out, you know?
Right. Because I've often heard that that's what lean feels like. I'm not a prescription medicine kind of guy, so like I would never do like pills or like lean or nothing. But I've heard that that's what lean supposedly feels like. Is that like you just get drunk off cough syrup or like fucking cough medicine or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
It's like
specifically cough medicine and fucking Sprite and candy.
Cody.
So it's like, yeah. So but my thing about it is, so like, you're just making cough syrup taste good. But I know people like I know white kids in my old at my old school that I went to who did this stuff called robo-tripping, where they would just drink a whole bottle of Robitussin DM and just fucking trip nuts for the rest of their day. I had a roommate in 2019 who had the same problem. Like I would just like wake up and there'd be bottles of empty Robitussin around my room. I was like, is this nigga sick? I was like, dude, when are you gonna get better? Like it's like they were fucking like multiplying or something. I thought they were having babies at one point. It's like because we got little tiny one-shot bottles, then you got the big old fucking Tussin DM bottles. I'm just like, dude.
That's like that Drake song where he's like,
sick are you?
I need some Robitussin.
For real.
I'm so sick. I think I need some Robitussin.
Oh yeah, it was wild. It was a weird thing, man, because it's just like as a person who enjoys, you know what I'm saying, just a little sip every now and again. When I party, I like to be at least a little bit coherent. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to actually black out and not remember my good time.
I've never had that happen.
You've never had that happen?
I hate it.
You never been out partying before and just been fucking like, nope, too fucking gone.
Dude, I get super fucked up. I was with Jan first Friday, last Friday. I was super fucked up. I fucked up.
Actually, we have a clip of that. Can you pull it up?
You can. I don't care.
I don't know if I have it on this computer.
But I'm always lucid. No matter how drunk I get, I always know what's going on.
You ain't
I'm always
drinking
in control.
enough then.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
my thing.
yeah.
I drink enough.
I've never drank enough to lose my memory of anything.
Yeah.
Like, I remember
the worst
the-
feeling
So-
in
so-
the entire world.
So speaking of partying, we actually found you at a rave. Yeah, so we'll do that. We'll say that we found you at a rave because
Yes.
which is the most accurate? Which is the most accurate? We'll say Jared actually. You guys are both photographers.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to actually like, if you want to chime in on it, like, what is it like for you? What has the partying sphere been like for you, especially because it's like, as a photographer who has to not only take pictures of the party, but do you also DJ? Do you also do a little bit of DJ?
No.
Yeah. So you're taking
I'm
the pictures,
just
right?
straightly photography.
Okay. So
Okay.
like, do you also get fucked up while you're doing your pictures?
I used to. So like I wasn't doing photography for the sorry. I was just going to raves as like a partier.
Uh-huh.
Like I would always get really fucked up like constantly. And then like I had an experience where I overdosed on Molly.
Oh wow.
And
Damn.
they like rushed me to the hospital in like the middle of the rave and everything, and like I like had to get CPR and Narcan, and they brought me back, and I like had like a realization that like I shouldn't be doing that anymore, and like I need to find a way to like actually like enjoy myself without feeling fucked up. So I just like now I do it sober, as best I can. I still smoke, obviously, but
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I feel like depending on the environment, you really don't necessarily need to be that fucked up to have a good time. Like I remember, like I can go to like maybe there's like a bar or like even the one time we went to the mock bee and shit. Like I could have not been on acid that time and still had
Yeah.
a good time. Like, you know what I'm saying? That
fuck
could have been
with-
fucking fine. Like
I still fuck with hallucinogenics and shit, but like I won't do them as I'm like taking pictures because like I like to devote all my energy into like capturing the moment and like capturing everybody else having a good time on their drugs and like.
well, that's the weirdest thing about what I think this industry allows is what I like to clarify. It's like when you're in the entertainment sphere, right? This is probably the one job where you can watch it and you can see it. Like you're allowed to actually get fucked up while you're doing it. Like this is one of the this is one of, like being an entertainer. You're allowed to be as almost inebriated as you want to be in the middle of what the fuck you're doing, and no one can give a shit. Like you know what I'm saying?
The whole point is to have eyes on you.
Yeah,
So,
but
like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, isn't that really weird about the fact that this is actually part of the job? You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like I don't think there's been a time where I've hosted for you guys yet where I don't have a drink in my hand on stage, or I haven't been like, or I haven't been retarded amounts of high, like just in
That's
public
like
before I get on stage.
like
You know? It's
there are
like-
comedians that like Ron White, where he's always got a cigar. In
Oh yeah,
a,
he'll
in a
dude.
glass.
Dave Chappelle will smoke a joint on
Yeah,
stage.
Dave
he'll,
Chappelle.
he'll sit there, he'll just burn one like right
Yeah.
there on stage, bro. Well, I think it's cool. Like I wish, but like obviously, like for clout reasons, I can understand like why it's kind of like taboo, but. I don't know. I just think that just like if it relaxes you, this is like what you're doing in your
do it.
relaxed environment.
Yeah.
I've seen like musicians do it also. There's my favorite clip of this guy like crowd surfing or whatever, like playing a guitar on top of the crowd, and someone
Hell
just
yeah.
tosses him a beer and he fucking catches it like in a fucking cup somehow. It's like, dude, like if I couldn't do this at any other fucking. Imagine being in an office building, just being like, I will get you those fucking 401k reports done as soon as I'm done being fucked up. You know? It's like, as soon as I'm properly rat-assed, I will be done, sir. Like, like I can say that to a venue owner, but it's like.
Oh, man.
But so what is your favorite part about like because it's also being a photographer like for this specific type of stuff, like what is your favorite part about the entertainment industry that you now have noticed since you started doing it?
That I don't know. That's a good question. Like when to answer that. I think more so seeing how like other people are. Like I love people watching and like seeing how like what brings them joy also like helps me bring me joy and like feeling the energy in the room and like understanding like how all that works. I like really enjoy like seeing people happy. I don't know.
I feel that. What about you, Charlie? What's your favorite aspect of the entertainment biz now that you're in it?
The more that I do it, I think that I really just like creating music more than I like. Like I think I would hate to be famous actually. Like
You don't think you'd fuck with all the extra shit?
I think I could do it, but like I would be like Kendrick or J. Cole. I'd kind of
Oh, yeah,
mind
for sure.
my own goddamn business.
Like
Just
a
keep it
humble,
low.
famous
Well, because
person.
that's what I'm saying. Like they both are certain individuals who realize that you give up your right to privacy whenever you're in this business, and they just said, "No, I'll just do my own thing regardless of not telling nobody."
I think that's what it.
There are rappers out there with secret kids. You know, Lil Nas X just said he had a baby or some shit.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
You seen
Yeah.
that
Wait,
shit,
did he
dog?
actually?
But
Yeah.
like was that following up his pregnancy picture?
No, like that was just for his album release. No, he actually has like a baby or whatever.
Do you think he's actually gay, or you think
I think he's
just, like,
bi, but like
Oh, he's
again, like
bi?
you know what I'm saying. Like Lil Nas X is probably as gay as I am. You feel me? Like, it's like whenever, you know what I'm saying. Whenever he feels like it, most likely. Like, it just depends.
Whatever
huh?
he feeling that day.
Exactly. It
Whatever.
depends on what I feel like when I wake up. Like, do I want a croissant or a baguette? You never know. You gotta wait for the day to go by to figure it out. Like, it's like
Done.
but anyway, Adam, what is your favorite part?
I mean, like you're right though.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's your favorite part of the entertainment business?
Oh man.
Now that you're in it, what do you got?
I don't know. It's just it's fun. Like I like going to events where like last Saturday, like we were just down for whatever. Like we almost didn't get into this concert.
Oh, yeah,
that
so we
we
had
were
to-
performing.
We almost had to improv. We almost had to
we,
improvise.
we were like, we're about to perform out here.
We did too.
And we did. Yeah, we actually got some good content.
Yeah.
And then they actually let us in, so that was cool.
Just the spontaneousness of the crew, what we get to do with the boys and shit like that.
Yeah, and like like we made a lot of content out of it. Even I was like, if all else fails, well, at least have a good story to tell. So
Well, that's par for the course with tour. Like I feel like crazy shit always happens on tour. That's why. I
oh
love
yeah.
it.
Well, there's a video I'm working on with Puff where he was like, you know what? Like it was like after his set, he was outside right before you guys showed up.
Yeah.
And he was like, you know what? This wouldn't be an All Circles Media venture if it didn't go wrong at some point. I was like, yeah, there's a
And you broke the camera, so
Yeah, and I
like
broke
your
one.
How did you break the
no.
camera?
Yeah.
I broke one of my film cameras. I'm so sad.
Rip. to
This
the
thing
film.
was in like that little cross bag, and I
Yeah.
didn't zip it up, and it just slid out and like busted up. And these
Aw.
things like they're like $200
For like a replacement.
Yeah, but like they're people don't work on these, so once you drop it, it's pretty much done.
Well, at least you got a little story to tell about it now.
But yeah, that's my third one. There's another one. This one stopped doing the right shutter speed, and so that was unusable.
Did you drop that one too?
No, this one I think these are like from 80. This is like an 1984 camera.
That's
Like,
lit. I have a bunch of old film cameras that I like.
That is the
don't
one
use,
thing I've
but-
noticed every single photographer has in common. They have like
Stockpiled
they're
is just
fun.
stockpile of just like
collected of 'em.
ancient technology.
because most of them are pretty cheap, but they may or may not work. Like this one,
Finding film for them is so fucking
It's
hard
expensive,
too,
dude.
and it's
Yeah.
expensive as shit.
like this one, this one's usable, but the mirror inside, anytime you press the shutter, you have to the mirror doesn't go back down, which is really kind of
Whack.
annoying. So, but it sounds good. Like listen to this.
Beautiful.
That's just nice.
That sounds like a sample.
That's like camera ASMR.
Yeah.
so good.
Take two.
So Jared, what about you? What is your favorite part of the entertainment industry now that you're in it?
I like that it gives me a platform to sort of like go out and travel, see
Yeah,
a lot of
that.
new places.
Good answer.
Especially with what I'm doing, it just gives me an excuse to go out and go to more shows, go see more places that I probably typically wouldn't go to, either by myself or for other people. And at the same time, I can also network with like creative people, like musicians, artists, and it's actually cool to have a platform where I can like meet these people, talk to them, and get to know them. Just because like, oh, okay, cool. I get to like work with people that can give me a better perspective on what I want to do creatively.
Oh yeah,
See, I wish I said all that.
No, I'm serious. I agree for real. Like, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, through my connection with Adam, I might meet Eric Andre one day. That'd be fucking dope.
Dude, that would be sick.
That'd be dope as shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you never know when you get into this stuff. Like, the people you see on TV, now that you do something similar, there's a lot of overlap between being a musician and a comedian or a fucking, just entertainment photographer or whatever. Like, you get to meet a whole crap ton of really awesome people, like really interesting people. You know what I mean?
Like I've traveled a lot doing photography. I was doing like photography event work in Wisconsin
Oh, that's sweet.
in like abandoned buildings and shit like that. And it was super fun. Like I got to meet a bunch of cool models who have been like published nationally and stuff. It was an awesome experience.
That's dope as hell.
Yeah, I got to work with some camels.
Some camels.
Some camels. It was lit.
Interesting.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
Me and Master Puff, we went to a Comic-Con. I got him to work at a Comic-Con with me, and we got to see a stampede of cows.
Hell
That was
yeah.
pretty cool.
A stampede of cows?
It was actually a bunch of like con goers dressed in various cow-based outfits. But
I was
yeah,
gonna say, were they running through a field?
they were running through like a villa. It was a big ass.
Running through everybody?
It was a big ass hotel, so like we were kind of like outside where the villas were, and like we were kind of just like sitting there smoking weed on the deck where we had our hotel room at, or like hotel like house, I guess, because we had like a rented out a whole house. And we just saw a stampede of people in like cow bikinis, cow outfits,
bikinis.
cow cosplays just coming straight down to the beach that was in front of the house. So it was
like
pretty
at
cool.
the Nelson Ledges.
Oh, yeah, it was dope.
Everybody wearing cow outfits.
It was awesome. It was called Cowlossicon. It was great.
Hell yeah.
Cow loss.
Cow loss. That's pretty awesome.
You know, so they had a Longhorn edition down in Texas. I heard it was pretty good. That's it.
So Ty, are you excited to do some comedy for us on Saturday?
Oh hell yeah, dude! I'm a little rusty. The last live comedy show I did was like a month or two ago in Massillon. So like I haven't been on stage in like a little while, but like I've been working on some new stuff. Been trying to get some new material down. You know what I'm saying? I always test some shit out on here most of the time. So hopefully that's going to go very well. Normally, because when I host and stuff, it's normally like maybe like 5 to 10 minutes in between sets.
Yeah.
And we got like 20 to 15 minute sets that we got to do per person, I think, right? So we got like 4 or 5 songs per people. I think you guys are doing triplets and stuff. So like it'll be fun just to my favorite part of it is actually just like talking to the artists before they get to perform and getting all the shit organized and stuff. Like doing the behind the scenes work is really fucking fun. It's really fun. So even if I don't get to perform a lot, you know what I'm saying? Even if I don't get to do a lot of jokes, at Ken or whatever, I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? I just like being there. Like, I like the camaraderie.
Dude, I'm excited for this triplets music video. When are we dropping it again?
Whenever, I guess. It's kind of like a road tape song.
Yeah.
So I guess probably around the time we do that.
And where can people find most of the road tapes right now?
Nowhere.
It's not out there yet.
It's not out there yet. Yeah.
Yeah. But
It's a work in progress.
We got to get on that.
we do. We definitely we're on the store. We'll be bringing the equipment with we'll be recording on the road.
Oh yeah,
So
that's what I was
gonna be
thinking.
sweet.
I wanted to do like maybe like a. Jared was still talking about doing that live pop up show stuff. So like we have like not that karaoke shit, but the just doing like the live interviews and shit like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I think that should be cool. Because
Well,
like if we
this
could get like Jan or Sam to follow me around with the camera while I do that to people in
Yeah.
the crowd at the shows, that'd be fucking dope.
Well,
Yeah.
tomorrow's First Friday. You guys want to go do something?
Gosh, I'll do something first Friday.
I'm actually going out drinking, so
Alright, I'm
I'll
gonna
you
go
guys
with
there.
it.
I'll see you guys there.
Shit,
There's,
I'll
Yeah.
a
drink with you.
show, there's
Yeah.
a show in Cleveland called Selective Vibes,
Ooh.
and I think it's at the Medieval Pub in Cleveland.
There's a medieval pub.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that even have in it? Like,
I've never been, but I know my girl Lizard is DJing it. So
You're served by a knight.
you
that'd be
should
fucking
check
awesome.
that out.
Just a flagon of mead.
Yeah.
Oh, it's at the Mercury Music Lounge. My bad.
Mercury music stuff.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I was super excited for like mead though.
Fuck yeah.
But
Goblet.
Somebody might have it. You never know.
That's
so
true.
so who do we have a list of who's all going to be performing at Kent this Saturday? By the way, like do we have that?
Yeah, we do.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Because let's see if we can want to give a little bit of promotion because this will be even though Columbus was technically the first show of the tour.
It was like the unofficial.
yeah, the unofficial
yeah,
opening.
like-
you know what I'm saying? The prelude. This,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the what's
It was
it called?
the warm
prologue.
up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the prologue. That's the part you read before you read the actual book for some reason.
Yeah.
That's
Before you,
yeah, that was the prologue of the tour, and now we're actually starting here in Kent at
Yeah.
Burnt Pickle, which we have performed at beforehand, which is a really nice venue, by the way. They also have a decent comedy show that they do there.
oh, they did.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know.
Yeah, the Burnt
That's
Pickle
cool.
is a very, very nice venue. Very nice.
So we
people.
have Master Puff, Charlie Parker, Jonathan Smart,
Yep.
Shanklin, JRG the Prodigy, who I met like 2 years ago. Pretty cool guy. Frito, Brooklyn, Michelangelo, myself, the Come Up, Two Side, and more. The more are not listed, so I don't know who they are.
They're the ones that like
But wait, there's more.
that Puff has tapped to be like the stand-ins if like nobody shows
Nobody else. Okay.
All right.
up. I think
Yeah.
because
Normally-
that always happens.
Oh yeah, normally that's whenever I just start improvising. I'll do some
Yeah.
comedy stuff. Like me and Puff are pretty good. Like Puff will actually get up there and he'll either do like another song or he'll do like another little comedy skit.
Or hype up the
and
crowd.
like yeah, or Jonathan Smart. Like Jonathan Smart when he does his spoken word shit, like that at least that at least eats up like a good
Oh, yeah.
amount of time, but it's always entertaining the entire time
Oh,
he does
yeah.
it. Like I
Yeah.
feel like every
It's
time he does a
hilarious.
show, he gets brand new fans. Like every time.
Yeah.
It's hilarious, but also slightly depressing.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
It's like
It's like, well, he's like John is the embodiment of living in Ohio. Like
Yeah.
you can enjoy it, but it's also slightly depressing.
Yeah,
Like,
it's-
that's-
like there's times where like I'll be laughing and I'll be like, "That's dark, bro."
it's like, oh damn, that hurt.
Like, man, whoa. All right, we need.
Hit me right in the feels.
Yeah, right in the. Right in the
Speaking of feels, you got an album coming out. Let's talk
Oh,
about
not anytime soon. I'm
Yeah.
just like, so the way I promoted Heartbreak Hotel
Yeah.
and pretty much all of my projects was I like months and months and months before I even released it, I would just take little samples of songs and I would just like post photos that were going to be like the same color scheme as the
Oh,
album,
yeah.
things like that. Just so, I don't know, I'm kind of a weird guy, I guess. When it comes to like my creative side, I like to just do it my way.
Yeah.
And there's people who look forward to that. I have people who message me, like one of my friends, Tavarius, I post like photos that were black and purple. And that's the album cover of Heartbreak Hotel.
Yeah.
He's like, bro, are we getting in like a Heartbreak Hotel Part 2? And I was like, I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. People message me about it. So I have like a super niche group of like fans that are super like loyal, and they like look at the artwork, they look at all that stuff,
Yeah.
and they like analyze it. So it's cool.
Oh, that's good. I feel like that's what real fans should do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For real.
It's dope, like the way, like, cause like looking at artists that like you are fans of, like we were talking about the other day, like Trippie Redd just like deleted everything off his
Yeah.
Instagram for no
Yeah.
reason, just it's a blank account.
Yeah, no profile picture, no photos, nothing.
Damn.
Just
That's
like-
a little weird. Maybe he's like
Yeah.
redoing some shit. Who knows?
He's probably gonna drop an album soon.
Yeah.
Most likely,
Yeah.
people from Canton. Like what I've noticed is that like a lot of the people that I've met, especially just from like either whether it's an Ohio musician or like an Ohio like actor or something like that, like they're always really unique in their own way. Like they're
Yeah.
always like super unique. They always like end up doing some different shit. Like
Yeah.
like I'll use MGK as an example. Like yeah, Eastside Cleveland Wild Boy, probably really one of the best rappers that you could actually say did exist at the time. But now look at how much money he's made doing this pop shit. Look at
Yeah.
look at the smooth ass transition he made into doing this new shit, just being a nigga from Cleveland. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you look at again, people like fucking, Bone Thugs and Harmony, you know what I'm saying? Who were, no one else was doing the rap harmony shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They had rap groups and shit, but nobody was doing what they was doing. You know what I'm saying? It's very innovative.
Yeah.
I think
they-
that's how you make it, though. You have to.
Oh, yeah.
Trippie Red, nobody was making that
I
kind
mean,
of
like you
Exactly.
gotta have like your own.
And he from
like,
Canton.
personal
Like that dude's from
brand
Canton.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just got to be unique. For
Yeah,
real.
you got to make your. You have to have your own sound because somebody else already sounds like somebody else. You know. So like,
Exactly. There was I remember that dude Designer when he came out. I thought he was Future, but I still to this day like can't tell the
Dude, my
difference.
favorite thing about Designer was watching the interviews because like the interviewer, like he talked, like his cadence when he talked was so like out there that like it sounded like how he rapped, and like the interviewers, they would always like, "What'd you say?" he was like, man.
you would have to.
You're like, run it past me again. I didn't understand anything. It was just uncomfortable watching the interviewers like try to be like, all right, wait.
decipher it.
Bro, do y'all remember when Young Thug first came out and you couldn't understand what the fuck that nigga was saying?
Morse code type shit.
You had to get hooked on phonics to even understand lifestyle when it came out.
Dude, I used to always confuse ASAP Rocky and Travis Scott.
Yeah, because
Man.
literally, right?
Like all the
You know what I'm
time.
saying? Listen,
Yeah.
bro, like, like don't get me wrong. Also, very great artists, very unique sounds and shit. But it's just like when it comes to, we were talking about Lil Yachty earlier. Actually, like, he looks how Lil Yachty should look. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like. There's no way to describe that nigga's style like whatsoever.
You're not confusing him with anybody.
Yeah, no.
And then his laugh.
Squeaky wheel.
There was who was that? Kyle. Whenever he came out, whenever he did,
Oh, yeah.
I think he did that with Lil Yachty. To that
I
one song.
Spy.
Yeah, I Spy was a great. Kyle's actually a really great rapper.
He
I'm
is.
surprised he
I
didn't
love
blow
He
up.
kind of he like kind of like him and Chance kind of came at the same point. I think Chance just kind of like
Barely edged him
Just-
out.
See,
Yeah,
but
edged him
Kyle's
out a
still
little.
fucking good though. That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
Kyle-
Like just still keep dropping music. Like
Yeah.
like Hobson, like even though him and fucking who was he in Funk Volume with? The other guy who was in Funk Volume with.
I don't even know.
I'm
I was never a Hobson fan, to be honest.
Really, you don't like Hobson?
You never liked him that much.
Oh, come on. What did
I
you-
always liked like the R&B raps, Kyle's, Drake's.
That's
like,
fair.
yeah,
That's fair.
J.
Basically what you do.
Kendrick. Yeah.
what did you say it was Hobson's?
Hobson's other members of Funk Volume. I was trying to
Oh.
remember trying to remember one specific other.
I was a
member.
huge fan of Odd Future, though.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Odd Future was great.
Oh, Dizzy Wright,
Yeah, Dizzy
Jerry
Wright.
and Brenton.
Like Dizzy Wright still came out like around this, like I think the year after Hobson did, and like they both still make great music, but just
Yeah.
keep dropping shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you stay relevant in the entertainment industry. Is you have to keep doing stuff.
yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Kyle released 2 albums like back to back. I think it was Light of Mine, and then I think his other one's called Almost Famous or something. And Light of Mine was really good, and then Almost Famous, like nobody listened to it. I don't know if he dropped them too close or if he didn't. So after that, he kind of like he hasn't made anything since really.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same thing about Futuristic. Like whenever
Yeah.
Futuristic came out, like he was real hot for like a good while, and then like now you hear nothing,
Yeah.
which is kind of sad.
Or maybe
actually.
they're just chilling. You know? Maybe they're just like, yeah,
They made enough money. They don't need to
yeah. They
make
got the
anymore.
bag and they're just like,
Oh, that's an interesting question for the for the table. For the table, Jared, we'll start with you.
Tableau.
What would you do? Like, what level of famous do you want to reach, and how would you handle it? Like, what level of fame do you want, and like how are you
Oh,
gonna
man.
handle it?
If I had a proper way to do it, I'd probably do like a separate thing where I can actually hide my identity.
Like Hannah Montana.
Wear
Wear a
type shit.
mask or
Like I see all these
Like
people,
Marshmallow?
Like
I
yeah,
see all
Marshmallow.
these- I
Daft
see all
Punk.
these people on like YouTube and TV that like their whole gimmick is like I'm a character and you don't really know what I look like. So they can actually just go out and unless people recognize their voice or
Yeah.
are familiar with the way they look, they don't know who the fuck they are. They go out and actually have a normal life.
Yeah.
Guys, I wouldn't mind being recognized in public, but there's a certain point. There's a reason that celebrities like,
Yeah.
run and like hide, do secret shit. Like I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
So
Like I just want to be normal.
I don't want to have to be incognito all the time.
To wear like a disguise like Clark Kent.
I wouldn't even do that. I would just stand in the shadow, in like the nearest shadow. Like anytime the paparazzi would come by, and I would just like dive into it
Like,
and
no
completely
paparazzi.
disappear.
Dude.
As soon as they pass, my eyeballs just open. I'm just like,
Random thought: the new Sprite bottles have been throwing me off
I
because
don't
they're
understand.
not green.
I don't get it. Like why?
Like,
I don't know. They just decided like maybe less green plastic. I don't know.
yeah.
But
I mean, it's still
just
plastic.
green dye.
Yeah. And it like throws me off because I'm like,
I
oh
wonder
yeah,
if
Sprite's
it's like
not green.
recycled plastic. I would hope. Yeah, see, it says recycle me, so like maybe.
Yellow Wendy's was better.
Yeah, that's true.
Yellow
Yellow
Wendy's
Wendy's
was
was
better.
delicious.
Yellow Wendy's was better.
Man.
Imagine if they made a Baconator. If Yellow Wendy's had a Baconator.
Oh man,
Damn.
that would have hit different.
Would have gave you a heart attack immediately. Say that.
Yeah, like before you left the drive-thru.
An immediate clogged artery.
Yeah.
Just laying on your horn.
I mean, speaking of that, have you guys heard about the situation? I don't know anything about sports, but what happened with the Cincinnati
Oh.
game on
No, what happened?
was it Monday?
Rip.
What happened?
Rip.
Talking about the guy
Yeah.
who had the heart attack on the field.
Yeah.
Somebody died on the field.
No, he's doing okay now,
He's,
but like he literally,
incubated, though.
yeah, he's like, like he's like sort of responding, but my friend was telling me he's a big Bengals fan. I know nothing about sports, so that's as far as I go.
He tackled somebody, but I forget what it's called. But basically, he hit the guy's helmet like right in between beats of your heart.
Like on the sternum?
Yeah, like
whatever.
he hit him like right in between the beat of his heart, and it like shut his heart down. So he like stood up.
Oh, so it gave him arrhythmia. Okay, cool. So I used to be a fucking EMT. So like that's basically what happens whenever you fucking. It's causing a heart palpitation when there shouldn't be one in the middle of like there's only like a 0.1 millisecond in between heartbeats.
Yeah.
So if you like fucking send a jolt or a shock through there at the time, you can cause someone's heartbeat to either skip or just stop beating. Period.
Yeah,
because
that's what happened.
you jolted it. You feel me? So he's probably gonna have arrhythmia for the rest of his life. Like most likely, he's gonna have heart problems forever now.
Damn,
because of
that
that.
sucks.
There are fucking martial arts moves that can do that, but they're banned in most tournaments and shit. But like,
What about that thing from Kill Bill?
I don't know the validity of that. It's there are parts of that technique that are based in science that I feel like if properly done right, maybe. But there's not enough nerves or like blood flow that's connected to your feet into your heart to like pump enough blood to make it explode.
You saw Bruce Lee's 2-inch punch, right?
I mean, yeah, but that's that could break someone's sternum. Like, you could break someone's sternum that way. But again, like the worst you could do is you could probably like hit someone in the heart really fucking hard by accident, or like he did, and it'll cause that arrhythmia to where like now it's done pumping blood. You got to start it back up. And when it does start back up, it's never going to beat right ever again. You know what I'm saying? It's like whenever you like throw your alarm clock against the wall and now it doesn't ring right no more. Like it still rings, but it doesn't fucking do it anymore.
Yeah, the thing was called the 5-point palm exploding heart technique.
Yeah, you got to hit 5 pressure points around where the heart is. And then they take 5 steps and they fucking die. Like I was like, all right, cool. That's dope. I tried to get my girlfriend to watch fucking Kill Bill. She wasn't with it.
I love Kill Bill. I haven't seen those in a while. They took them off all streaming services. So
they
I'm
did?
like, damn.
Damn it. Now I can even fucking
There's
watch
only
this.
like the Hateful Eight and
That was a good
I
movie.
think like Death Proof, which is like a
Death Proof
older,
wasn't really that good though.
Yeah, it's like a weird like foot fetish movie.
Yeah. it's like some dude.
It's like just a bunch of feet.
It's like some dude who fucking he's a race car driver
Fucking
who
Dan
like
Snyder type shit.
he drives around and kidnaps females and then like fucking kills
And
them.
like kills them in his car, like
in car crashes. He purposely crashes his car to kill them because he doesn't. He's convinced himself he can't die, so like he'll just kidnap them and strap them into his car and then drive his car off a cliff or something.
or like into a tree or something.
into a tree or something, and they always end up dying, but he doesn't. And then he somehow always gets his car back, but whatever.
Yeah.
That sounds like.
But at the end of the fucking movie, I'll just fucking spoil it for you because it's awful. He gets his ass kicked by like 4 or 5 chicks that he tried to kill. Like at the end of the movie,
Well
that's
deserved.
that's just how it ends. They just beat his ass and leave him on the side of the road. They don't call the cops. They don't do anything. They just run him off the road, get out, collectively whoop his ass, and then the movie ends. And I was just
You're like, this is a weird movie.
I was like, all right, man.
You ever seen Nightcrawler with Jake Gyllenhaal in it?
No, that was a fucking weird movie.
That's a great movie.
That's a weird movie. Good one though. Really good one. I like seeing actors like do stuff that's sort of kind of out of that and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like
Jake Gyllenhaal, he's a good actor. Like,
the Number 23 was a
does
good
weird
movie with Jim
stuff.
Carrey. Did you see that movie, The Number 23?
Or
That was a good one.
Buried with Ryan Reynolds.
Oh,
Yeah, great. Like not his type of role, but he did
Really
it
good
well.
stuff.
Did it great. Great
yeah.
movie. Circling back to the level of fame, we got away from the level of fame.
I like
question.
threw in the. We started from the Sprite and then we kind of went in a different direction.
So circling back to the level of fame, at what point would you be comfortable with fame?
I don't know. I think I'd be comfortable at like an underground level. Like, cause when I was little, I used to always wanted to be like a singer and like be out there on stage and stuff. And I used to do like performing arts in school, like theater and shit. But I think I would not want to be recognized.
Yeah.
I don't like want people coming up to me like in like the little rave groups and like the underground rave community. I think I'm cool with being a little known, but like other than that, I'm like, no.
I mean, that's understandable.
Yeah.
For me personally, I want to go the same way that Jordan Peele went. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to come out, do some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe be on TV, like, if that. Like, maybe be on TV, if that. But then slowly transition myself into being, like, a director or a producer and, like, just doing more behind-the-scenes work, you know? Just be, like, an old gray black dude who just makes really awesome movies about obscure shit and just still kicks it with his friends. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to go to all of those cool, important fucking, like, you know, award shows and shit. But I don't even want to fucking win an award. I just want to say that I win.
Just go, yeah.
You feel me? Like, I'm still going to be handsome as hell by the time I'm there. So it's just going to be, like, it's going to be great to just say that I did the shit.
Just photobomb
like,
people.
If I have kids, and that's another thing. If I have children, right? I don't want them to get like affluenza or no stupid shit like that. Like, they're gonna be raised right, and they're gonna be raised to not want for nothing. But it's just like, yo, I'm gonna do the thing that Shaq did and just establish the fact that, yo, I am rich.
Yeah.
You gotta, like, y'all are my children. Y'all ain't rich. I am.
I was like,
y'all gotta do some shit.
Dave Chappelle and Kevin Hart, they both have jokes like that where he's like, no.
Dude, Shaq's DJing now.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, he
That's
was
pretty
at
cool.
Electric Forest last year.
Dude, fucking,
awesome.
fucking.
What can't that man do?
See, that's the level of fame I want. I want to be like an old black dude who just eventually does stuff. Like Lil Wayne's a
whatever
professional
you
skate. He's a little professional
Oh, yeah, I
skateboarder
saw
now,
that. He
at the
just
age of 40.
became-
Like Snoop Dogg's making kid shows or like kid.
Exactly. Yeah, I want to do shit like that. Eventually, I
Yeah.
just want to be like known as like I want to be the next like Uncle Snoop or whatever. the
Delete
fuck,
me
you know?
from this conversation.
That's Shaq right there.
See, I don't know if like that question's like I can answer that like for sure right now.
Because I would hate being on TV and I would hate being on paparazzi and shit. Like
Yeah.
I might do an interview a year. I might do one interview a year if I
Yeah.
wasn't doing comedy already or a comedy special. Like I'll drop a special, maybe 2 specials a year, do some shit like that. Always be on tour, shit like that.
Yeah.
But I couldn't ever see myself doing the amount of movies that Kevin Hart does.
So you're
Or-
kind of like,
yeah.
so you're kind of like where I'm at with it. Like, you wouldn't be famous enough to be able to live off of your brand, like
That's
your
it.
name, your
That's
music.
it. I just want
whatever it
royalties,
is.
bro.
Yes.
Like,
Let
you
me make
don't-
one thing that gives me royalties for the rest of my fucking
Yeah.
life and watch me
Set.
do shit
Like,
else.
I want to be recognized once every like 10 times I go to the
Exactly.
grocery store. Like,
Exactly.
you know,
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, because it's just like if you see,
I can live with
if
that.
you
Yeah.
see Jordan Peele out in public, it's just like you might recognize him from Key and Peele, but you're not gonna be like, you know, like all up in his face about it because you're really gonna think about like, holy shit, dude, like you made Get Out, like you made all this extra bullshit,
Yeah.
and he's just sitting there chilling. And you're just like, damn, I probably shouldn't even bother him for real.
Yeah.
Or like same thing with like Martin Scorsese or some shit like that. Like people, like those people, I want to be that famous. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm a known director. But I'm not gonna fucking hassle that dude in real life. Like I might even do some slick shit, like put my
Like,
own
oh,
self in
that's
my own
Martin-
movie.
You're like,
Like
that's
fucking
Martin
Quentin
Scorsese
Tarantino.
over there.
Like I'll pull up Quentin Tarantino, might star in my own film or something.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like I wouldn't freak out if I saw M. Night Shyamalan in public. I'd be like, "Hey man, it's fucking dope, dude. Come on,
Right.
like it's be dope."
learn how to finish your fucking movies. That's what I was saying.
I'd be like, I love you, but I also kind of hate your movies.
Yeah,
Your movies endings suck ass.
exactly. That's the kind of fame I want right there. It's like, hey, your comedy is cool, but it kind of sucks sometimes. It's like, you know what? I'm cool with that.
Do you remember when the villain of one of his movies was The Wind?
Yeah, that was fucking.
Come on, dude.
Happening.
And it had Zoe Deschanel and,
Happening.
and Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, the happening.
Why?
So where the wind turned against. No, remember it was plants. It was plants.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
But it was the wind, just like,
carrying the will of the plants to make people kill themselves.
yeah, you're like,
Did he also make? Who made Signs?
that was it.
Was it-
That
that
was
was
a good
also
movie.
him.
That's
Signs
my
is a great movie.
Yeah, let's
dude.
just-
Signs freaked me out when I first watched it.
Bro, I watched it in my basement as a child and
I
then couldn't
loved
go in
it.
my
If you're-
basement for a
if you're
year
super
afterwards.
intelligent, interplanetary species, right?
Yeah.
you go to
You go to a planet that's 80% your weakness, right?
That's a good point, actually.
It's gonna rain and kill you.
That's a really good point. Like, they're weak to the only thing that we have an abundance of on this planet.
Yeah,
Like,
like, come on, they can't
and
be
then
that
like
smart.
the War of the Worlds, theirs was germs. Like
Yeah,
germs killed them
yeah,
all.
like just cough on them and you're fine.
yeah, they didn't know.
Remember that in fucking World War Z also? It's just like, oh, if you have fucking like herpes or chlamydia, the zombies don't fuck with you for some reason. Like,
I mean,
I don't remember that.
isn't that a
detail.
weird thing? Like they,
it
like,
wasn't specifically that disease,
I
but it was.
thought it was if you were dying.
Yeah, it was
You're
like
dying.
if you had a disease that was killing you, the zombies wouldn't fuck with you for some reason.
Yeah, I thought that was
So
cool.
like you had to have cancer or some shit.
Yeah,
You know what I
Wait, what
mean?
movie was that?
World War Z.
I think they could
Oh,
like
yeah,
smell
yeah,
it and
yeah.
it smelled
Yeah.
like poison or something.
Yeah, so
they
it's-
didn't want it.
Like basically it was another zombie plague movie type shit. Kind
They
of
were
like,
like
you know,
rage zombies.
Yeah, so it's like they weren't necessarily eating you; they were just tearing you apart because they could smell your blood.
Yeah.
but they didn't go after bad blood, and what they considered to be bad blood was diseased blood.
Yeah,
So like,
Taylor Swift will be fine.
fucking Brad Pitt breaks into the fucking CDC and injects himself with cancer, and all of a sudden he's cool now, and he's like, "All right, we're good."
All right, good. You can leave me alone now.
It's like they were trying to get into the fucking room, but then all of a sudden they smelled him. They're like, "Ew."
we have standards.
like, bro, I was like, that's disease. Like you just tried to feed me roadkill.
It's like how like Jeffrey Dahmer said, people with tattoos don't taste good.
Oh my god.
Bro, you
There
cannibals
go.
out there. I got 2 of them.
Yeah,
I got 6 of them, so I'm
I got
safe.
tattoos.
Mine was the Key and Peele skit where it was the racist zombies, where it was like 2 black
Oh,
dudes
yeah.
running through the neighborhood, and all the zombies
They're like,
wouldn't fuck with them because they run. There's there's a zombie family sitting in the car, and they lock the door. He's like, mother. It's like what?
100%.
It's like I'm kind of upset that they're not eating me.
like
You like tried running at them and shit.
Oh my
they
God.
would run away with something.
Oh man, I
That was a
wish
good
some shit like that.
we were just going.
I think I'd be set in a zombie apocalypse, though. For
I
real.
think so. So what about you, Adam? What about your level of fame? Where do you want to go?
Man.
Where do you want this? What we're doing now? Where do you see this ending?
I
Where
just
would
want
you
to
be
be like.
comfortable?
I kind of just want to be like Cole Bennett. You know, like, but he's like so chill. Nobody like. Who's gonna have beef with somebody who makes cool music videos?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Or
Nobody.
Benny Blanco. Like Benny
Yeah,
Blanco's
Benny
fucking,
Blanco,
he's fucking
like-
cool.
He's
Yeah.
a weird dude.
He's a weird
Yeah.
dude, but he's so cool.
He's
Big ass
cool.
house, nice ass,
Yeah.
like nice ass wife, like fucking really.
Yeah.
You wouldn't
Just
ever
living
hang
his
out with
life.
him, but then when you see him, it's just like, oh, I can see why people fuck with you. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
But I'd like to get probably that like I feel like Dave Chappelle's got it locked down where like he lives in Ohio. Like he knows how cool, like you know, you go through stages growing up in Ohio, like where you're like, I gotta get out of here, and then you're like, oh, I got out of here. Everywhere else is ridiculously expensive to live, and then you end up back here, and then you're like, you know what? There's worse places out there.
Not to mention, he's still raising his family in a beautiful area. He gets to avoid all the bullshit that Hollywood comes with. You know what I'm saying?
I would imagine that, like, you know, he could probably go to like the store by himself because he's been in the same area so long. Most people are just like, yeah, that's Dave Chappelle. He does.
Yeah,
this.
he lives
like,
here.
Yeah, it's just kind of
Same thing with Post Malone. Like, Post Malone's known where he lives, like, you know what I'm saying, in his little local area. But other than that, he stays in his fucking bunker, dude. Like,
yeah, he's like, in his bunker, just living.
Fucking
I
chilling,
saw him
shaking
live in
music.
Cleveland. That was a dope show.
Saw who?
Post Malone.
Oh, I bet it was awesome.
Yeah, it was
He's a guy I'd like to hang out with.
It was like right after he like damaged his rib or whatever while he was on tour.
Oh, when he fell through that whole thing.
Yeah, it was like at minimum effort.
What is up with what is up with rappers falling through holes in the stage? Like, where's the oversight?
I don't give a damn.
Like, they didn't have somebody walk the whole stage beforehand and like check for big gaping holes.
Like, you've had like since COVID to make sure that all that shit is up to regulation.
Yeah, like,
so it's
like where like my favorite was Travis Scott where he like with the auto tune, like where he's like woo, just falling through a hole with the auto tune. The funniest shit.
My favorite was what was it? I was watching this other. I don't know which rapper it was. This dude like caught a fan's cell phone that they threw on stage.
Oh, that was Jack Harlow.
Yeah, Jack. Oh, and he fucking took a picture and then like all through their phones.
Oh my god!
Like,
bombarded with phones.
He was like, nah, stop.
Yeah, that would be the worst thing. Like
Getting pelted with a phone.
Yeah, performing is like just getting pelted with stuff.
Like, dude, these things. Imagine taking this to the corner of this to the eye in the middle of a song. In the middle of a song. I'm sorry, I couldn't do it.
Imagine getting hit with a phone right here and then going into having heart rhythm.
Oh my god!
Or like you know, I've seen videos of like girls throwing brawls at stage, and it's like, don't do that either.
I mean, you can still do that. Like,
just sweaty,
just sweaty, like gross. Yeah, like get hit in the eye with the like the corner piece. You know, like
you catch it, just got an eighth in it for some reason.
Yeah, just pocket that.
Throw it back.
There's a chapstick stuck to it.
Yeah,
a $20 bill right into there somehow, but it's all sweaty and matted.
Right.
Just all this stuff. Those are just extra pockets.
The bra basket, the basket.
Yeah.
It really is though.
Yeah.
I feel like, dude, could you imagine? See, this is the thing. No, now it's gonna be a little bit of a hot take, but like, why don't we have the same thing for like balls? You feel me? Like, why don't I have like just a little pouch? It's like a little pouch. I can like, you know, just an extra little coin purse next to my coin purse. You know, that's all I'm asking for. Because if a chick can put like, listen, I get handed a fucking titty 20 at work damn near every other day.
Well, dude,
so imagine if I just like reach down in there and just like, all right, I'm holding on.
The best, I think the alternative that guys have are those gym shorts that are like they have like
compression
the
shorts.
the inline like.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And then
you just pop them in there.
you get a space for your phone. You maybe have like a weird zipper on the back that you're like, when I put something in here, like I cannot sit down. There's no way I'm sitting down with this in a pocket on my butt. Like
yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is true.
And then they have zippers everywhere. You're like, my like keys are secure.
I feel like that would make you guys immobile. Like you guys wouldn't be able to move.
Probably. I think that's the advantage of like, you know, having a bra basket is that like it's actually up out of the way. Dude, I've seen people lose shit in their bra. Like how
it's gone. I can't fathom how people like have iPhone Pro Maxes. I just can't. They're so big.
Yeah.
Like how big is the Pro Max? How big is
it's 6.7 inches.
So like about
so it's like from corner to corner they measure it. So it's like that much bigger than my phone.
Jesus fuck, man, that's a big ass.
Like holding that up to your.
It's like a phablet.
Face.
Yeah, so you're holding a tablet to your face.
Yeah.
Like, where do you put
LG
that?
stylos are like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fucking huge.
Just like yeah. But it's funny how phones like there's like you can chart it on like I've seen a picture where it was like phones were getting like ridiculously huge, and then people are like, all right, that's too big. Like
I bought a phablet once. I literally when I worked at Cedar Point the first time, I bought a fucking phone tablet thing. Broke it on a roller coaster immediately. But like,
I hope eventually Apple comes out with like one of the like it's a phone, but then you can flip it open and it doesn't like get filled with like water and stuff.
Samsung already did that.
Yeah,
that fucking there's that crease on those phones that fold. No, I don't like that. Like eventually, there's always gonna when you
a crease. Yeah,
it's always gonna be there.
The next thing they're already designing. It's not Apple, some company, but basically you plug it into your phone, and then it's a watch you wear, and then it like displays your phone on your forearm.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That's actually pretty dope.
That's kind of crazy.
That's where it's gonna.
But I don't know if I want to hold my. Like,
See, well, what about
if you have tattoos?
Hold up a second.
I feel like there's a Black
I think a
Mirror
better
episode
idea.
about that.
Yeah.
I think a better idea is like if you put the thing in your hand. And
you
then,
can
like,
just turn it upside
you
down.
tap. You tap it like put your hand on a thing of glass, like a glass table, and then it just shows up on the glass table instead, or like put it on like any mirrored surface.
Ooh.
Like that'd be way better for my just for like my whole
Nice.
thing about it, because like
Yeah.
just walk up to your car window, pop, make a phone call real quick, and then just take it off. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that'd be a whole lot more convenient.
What if
than
that's how you
having
unlock
to
your
put it
car?
in my arm.
Yeah.
At that point, you just take your phone out of your pocket and you just do this.
I mean, like you could, but like that wasn't the idea of not to just to
Well,
have
it's
it
like
on the wrist.
if it's like if you're in your bathtub or something, you know,
Oh,
or
okay.
like if you're
yeah.
like swimming.
Scroll
or
through
something.
TikTok
Okay,
on your
okay.
wrist.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're talking about.
But
Yeah.
would it work if your skin was wet?
Probably it's just
It's just a display, so it's
yeah.
basically just tracking your finger movements.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, true. But your fingerprints.
But would it look like would it just be like TikTok, but like your skin tone?
No, it would just be like,
Like-
imagine like if you projected something instead of on the wall, but on
It's
your
on
fucking
your
arm.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
It's just
Yeah.
a projection.
I'll see if I
Yeah.
can find it.
Or even a projection, like
Because it reminds me of like Google Glass, but like Google Glass looks
Yeah.
stupid. That's why I never caught
It
on.
looks
That's why
so
I never caught on. Like that's a
Yeah.
really dope ass idea because it's basically just Google Glass but on your arm.
yeah,
But the Google Glass, they couldn't figure out a way to make it look less dumb. So
less
like they-
dorky.
yeah, they couldn't figure out a way.
It
Because like
did
it always looks cool in the movies. Like
looked like Cookie from Ned's Declassified.
because it was just
It looked like his glasses, but his were actually attached to his glasses.
Look at that.
Oh damn, that's pretty crazy.
Let's see what we
Oh,
working with.
it's like a wristband.
That's dope as shit. I'll do that.
Yeah, that's cool as fuck.
That's
Yeah,
kind
I'd
of
fuck
dope.
with that.
Yeah,
So they like do it like dark theme. That's cool.
yeah.
It's pretty.
And I'd have to change the contrast on mine. But
Like,
yeah,
damn
I think I'd make it work.
this is like damn Polaroids.
so what about you, Tyler? So,
My level of fame.
Your level of fame. We're to you now. What
Yeah, like I wouldn't mind being somewhat famous. I would never want to be like superstar, like Mariah Carey level.
Oh yeah,
No,
no, I couldn't be
no.
like Richard Pryor or
Yeah.
nothing. I couldn't do that.
But
levels
if
to that shit.
I would probably do like Dave Chappelle does. I would
would
I
you
would
see yourself doing
move.
movies?
I could do. I would love to do movies.
Do a couple of
Honestly, I would love to do. I'm
Is that
already
what
in a
you would-
movie.
is
I'm
that what
already
you-
in a
Yeah,
movie.
that's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Is that what
Yeah.
you would transition to after the musician part?
Yeah,
Like,
I would-
how do you see yourself ending it? Is my question.
So
It's like,
I say I would release 2-3 more albums maybe. Then I like writing, so I have a bunch of short stories. I've got like 100 of them on my phone. So I'd probably turn a couple of those into like books, and then I would also probably get into acting, like in the meantime of writing that stuff.
being a published author would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a
shit.
cousin who's a professional cartoonist. He's independent. He's worked for Disney, Playboy, all kinds of stuff. So like,
That's cool.
pretty
shit.
good. Pretty.
Those are very contrasting things.
Yeah,
He works for Disney.
Dude, look, when you're a voice
Pornhub.
actor, when you're a voice
Like,
actor,
all right.
when you are a voice actor or a cartoonist, you could do both of those things, and they overlap a lot. They overlap. Them two fucking things overlap a lot
Yeah.
if you're an artist.
Well, I mean, it is Disney too. They're no saint.
Yeah, they are definitely
Yeah.
they've done some shit.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
See, but that's the thing. Like, there's too much in my past to allow me to work for a company as big and as wholesome as that. So it's just like I'll probably end up doing some shit that like I'll end up doing. Listen, I'll do Netflix movies. I don't give a fuck. Like
Yeah.
I'll end up probably doing some Adam Sandler shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if I get approached by another comedian to do some shit or like to remake an old movie or like another old blaxploitation film or something like that, I'll do it because I think it's fucking fun.
My
Yeah,
long
I-
game is to make a documentary about this group. I just been collecting footage, and I'm like, one day this could be like a thing.
Yeah,
Like,
I think so.
like the one they made on Kanye before he was saying all that anti-Semitic stuff.
Right before he lost his damn mind.
Like that was sweet. Like that guy, what was his name? His friend that I can't. He was following around like at the very beginning.
With the his camera guy?
Coogie, that's his name. Yeah, that guy like he just started recording and he was like, this guy's going somewhere, and he just started recording him, and then didn't stop until he got like it got just too crazy.
That's kind of like what they did with Juice World.
Yeah.
Like his videographer followed him around.
Yeah, like Chris Long.
Yeah.
That guy's cool. I watched a lot of his interviews.
Does
And
he still do stuff?
he's right now. I think he's working with Ski Mask.
Really,
Well, they were best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were best friends, weren't
Yeah.
they? Him, X, and
Yeah,
Juice
I think
were all
after
best
X passed away, he became like him and Juice WRLD really started bonding
Yeah.
I kind of figured.
Have you guys seen?
because they were supposed to have a mixtape out or a joint album, but it never dropped.
Rip.
Yeah.
Sad. Have you guys seen the Netflix or the HBO documentary on Juice WRLD?
I haven't
It's
seen that
so
one.
good. It's literally
it?
all the footage that Chris got of Juice WRLD while he was still alive and like stockpiled into one fucking documentary.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
that's dope. That's dope. Now, how do you go about like publishing that? Do you just make it and then you put it out there, or do
you
you
just
sell it?
shop
to
it around.
You shop it around to see who
Probably,
buys
yeah.
it. Because like obviously it's about someone who's that famous, so like
He's
that
got a
made
better
him
deal.
a crap ton of fucking money. It
Yeah.
had to.
Oh
have.
yeah.
It's
Well,
only on HBO Max that I know of. But
I'll have to check it out for real.
I need to use one of my many emails and get a HBO Max like trial period
Oh, yeah, it's
because
fun.
both like that's on there, and then Andrew Callahan from Channel 5.
Yep.
I want to watch that so bad. It just came out like the other day, and it looks so
check it
crazy.
out. Check it out, bro.
Like he's like the cool like he's only like what like 20 like 2
24?
or
I think
23
he's 24.
or 24 maybe,
Yeah.
but he's just like since like beginning of like right before COVID, he was doing like goofy like he would go to like a furry conference and like interview furries but then when the pandemic really happened, he just traveled around and like there was riots happening everywhere. He was like at every single crazy thing that was happening, and he just recorded all of it and made and it kind of focused on like the like it led up to like January 6th, but he was going to Trump rallies, he was going to like
What is
Black
it
Lives
called?
Matter stuff. I think it's called This Place Rules. Yeah, This Place Rules.
I'll have to check it out.
But it's hilarious. Like he's
Fucking America.
he's so funny. Like he's such a good interviewer. Like he's just so empathetic towards the people he talks to that like they just tell him stuff that they would normally not tell anybody.
he just puts it out
Yeah,
there.
it's just yeah.
I mean, it's how you got to do it.
Fuck it.
Yeah. So what about you? What do we ask you a question? What do you think of Kanye? What is your opinion?
I knew this question was coming. I have no idea how, but I'm gonna no comment on this.
You don't want me to answer this.
I don't. Yeah, big same. I don't want to say anything.
Listen, what you doing? Tell
You
Tell
don't,
me that
want,
right
you
now.
don't want me to answer that question.
me what you doing.
Look, I refuse to speak about ye who should not be named.
Yeah, who shall not be.
We're
That
gonna
is-
look at him as
is that-
Voldemort right now.
when like he was like a few weeks ago when he was like on like CNN and stuff where people were talking about him, the most like just like the most like thing that grinded my gears the most was when I'd hear like somebody on CNN be like, famous rapper Kanye West, now known as Ye. I'm like, dude.
I'm like, yo.
Say it right.
I'm like, how do you
can
go?
at least say it.
I was like, say Kanye, and then say it without the con. Is
Now
it
known as
Ye? No.
So-
Stop doing that.
The artist formerly known as.
That just lets you know, like that's common knowledge though. Like everyone
Yeah.
knows that you call him Ye, so that just
Yeah.
shows you how little the media actually knows about it.
Yeah.
They're told what to say.
Remember when he released the
Man,
book of
I'm
Yeezy?
saying.
Remember
Oh,
all the way
yeah,
back when
that
he
was-
released the book of Yeezy? His own Bible.
So like dead ass.
Did he actually?
Yeah.
I
I
didn't
found
know.
out that he opened a children's Christian school in South Africa.
Well, there's one
They
in,
have a-
I think there's one in LA that's kind of
Yeah.
like weird and kind of cultish.
Yeah, there's one in LA also. He's got two schools.
I mean, he's got
But-
some
but
points
hey,
about
you
the
know,
Illuminati.
hey, you know
though.
what? But hey, you know what? Kids can go and learn about Jesus. So like,
Exactly.
Oh my God! No, Jesus.
Give me some Yeezys.
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh man. So okay. So let me ask you this: How when you get up there as a celebrity, would you deal if that was somebody that was like your friend? Like, because I'm always gonna remember how great his music was. He's a fucking musical genius. But like, what if? How are you do you still fucks with him? Like,
because I'm gonna go full. I don't give a fuck mode.
all right.
So-
What's you doing?
Cancel me if you want, but listen. I don't agree with what he's saying. Right? I don't
Okay.
think Jewish people are bad. I don't think Hitler was right. I don't think any of that stuff.
Obviously.
But what I will say, all right, let's just try and be compassionate for like a moment of time, right?
Okay.
Let's put ourselves in Kanye's shoes.
Okay.
This guy has everything. He's like he grew up from nothing.
Yeah.
He made himself. He knew he was always going to make himself. The closest people in his life have died. He's been being screwed over by his agents, by the entertainment industry, by pretty
And
much
his wife.
everyone, and his wife. Like he's just been in a really toxic environment for a really long time.
Lost his kids to Pete Davidson.
Yeah, he's like these are all real things he's going through, right? So he's trying to express how toxic Hollywood is the best way that he can.
Yeah.
But also, you know,
Losing his shit.
he's been through
Yeah.
so much shit. I mean,
And
he's
he
got-
also has the bipolar and
Yeah.
Which
I
is
don't know
got-
if he's
but he's
on
got
his meds.
He's got his personal trainer saying stuff like, "I'm gonna get you medicated so much your
Yeah.
kids don't even know who you are." Or like, you
That
don't know
guy
your
is messed
kid.
up.
Like,
I went on a deep dive on that
It's
dude.
kind of like the
Like,
Britney
yeah.
Spears thing.
Yeah,
like,
basically.
think
Where
about-
like you know what I'm saying, they tried to change his mind.
all
you know?
the shit he goes through, and he's like trying to tell the world 2 + 2 = 4, right? And everyone in the world is like, nah, it's 3. Like, so if you do that enough,
Well, Jeffrey's-
it's gonna drive you insane. You know you're right. So, if you know you're right. So
You got to think about it like this, though, is that like when it comes down to what people want done with people in Hollywood, Dave Chappelle is the best fucking example.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle.
He said it himself.
Yeah.
Got on the plane and they said your country will think you're a crackhead by the time you land.
Yeah.
And by the time he landed, they thought he was a crackhead.
Yeah.
Exactly. They said he was fucking
I
crazy. They
don't-
said he walked away for money. They tried to paint a whole narrative of a man who was at the time a devout Muslim to say that he was drinking and smoking
Yeah.
and doing crack
I
and
see.
shit.
I don't think so. So because of that, I don't think Kanye is entirely wrong. I do think the way he's doing it is wrong, and I don't think he should be as anti-Semitic as he's being. But
Not at all.
But he also can't help it.
so-
that a
so-
lot of Hollywood is run by
So let me ask you this though.
Jews.
So that's what I'm saying though. That right there is where I draw the line, because it's just like I don't agree with any of the anti-Semitic shit either. But it's just like, my nigga, how can you not have that narrative? If you've been to Hollywood, or anyone who's even outside of fucking Hollywood, it's like, the motherfucking Jews run that shit.
Literally.
I'm like, if I can say it before I get up there and they don't like me saying it, sure, I might not be famous among certain motherfuckers, but like there are people like Tom McDonald, Dax, and everybody out there who make their money still doing this shit regardless of fucking the people who actually run the shit. So there are ways that you can get around that shit in spite of. I just don't think it's necessary to be as big as you are and have as much of a platform as you are to know that they're going to take all that shit away. And because of what you're going through mentally, you're just willing to sacrifice, you know what I'm saying?
I
Like
feel
everything
he's
for
just
your
trying
family.
to test and see, like,
He should be
if
naming names.
what
He should
he
already,
can say.
dude, listen, he should have been name dropping by now. Cause like, if you know all this shit, like at this point, cause you have nothing left. They did the same thing to the baby. The baby got on the stage and said some shit that they didn't like. Now he's canceled.
Yeah.
You got like, but again, he also fucked up, just like Kanye did. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't say certain shit about a certain group of motherfuckers. But look at what Dave Chappelle said also, again, person who has tried to been canceled, but anybody's still gonna cancel his ass. He's like, it's all about a matter of perception. If it's a group of black dudes, it's a gang. If it's a group of Italian dudes, it's a mob. If it's a group of Jewish people, it's a coincidence and you shouldn't speak about it. You feel me? Like, so it's like, I'm cool with that. If it means I get to live large for a little bit before they fucking take all my shit away, to the point where I gotta like hide maybe, or like to the point where I just want a nest egg. I just want to be able to live comfortably, right?
Yeah.
There are people who can prevent that because of some shit that I'm saying, right? If you know this, as famous as you are, and you've been known this because you've been famous for fucking years, I feel like when you have children and everything else, all that shit at stake, you need to come up with a plan, a fallback plan, because you're gonna lose all of it.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know
he's
what I'm
not
saying?
he's not just willingly throw it. Like, he's not doing. He's a smart guy. Like, he's
I
not
hope
an
so.
idiot.
I hope so, because he lost $1 billion in a day. He lost $1 billion in a day.
He believes what he's doing is right, and I mean, if
What do you think Donda would think? You feel me? Like, do you think his mom would be all
Oh,
like,
I think she would.
he'd probably support him, honestly.
Like, well, I think, and I mean, I
She'd
don't know.
probably tone him down, you know. be
Yeah,
like,
right?
like-
You probably,
well,
should talk about Jews.
This is the thing. This is the thing where I like with Kanye, where I'm like, he's kind of like gone away from all the people that he's like once trusted.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's putting a lot of trust in people that are sketchy.
Oh,
like
for sure. He should not have
Nick
gone on Alex
Fuentes.
Jones. I don't know why he went on Alex Jones. Like,
Oh,
that's,
yeah.
Like, that's
That
a dude
whole
who's literally
situation-
being sued for saying the Sandy Hook shooting was made
Yeah,
up.
you know
Yeah.
you're off the deep end when Alex Jones.
Yeah, when Alex
Like, when
Jones-
Alex Jones sounds sane compared to you, my
Yeah.
nigga, like, what the fuck?
And
Like,
like,
it's-
and that dude Nick Fuentes, like he's like a leech. Like he is like, I don't know if have you guys ever listened to like him just like go on rants?
yeah.
It's like the most vile stuff I've ever heard, and I'm like, why is Kanye hanging out with this guy?
These
Like,
are people who live
how
on the
did
internet.
this
These are
happen?
like internet
Yeah.
fucking trolls that you're hanging out with.
Yeah, I'm
like, how
like-
the fuck did you become so red pilled, bro?
And,
Like, I
like,
don't
you
get it.
you just go down like a rabbit hole, and like you're like the guy probably came up to him and was like, you know what, like all your problems are because of this, and he was like, you know
Blame
what,
them
they
damn-
are,
Blame them
and
damn
then
dirty Jews.
yeah, and he's like, you're not wrong, and then then the conspiracy spiral like goes off the rails, and you're just like, dude. And then on top of that, like he does, I do believe that he does struggle with bipolar, and
He does.
you know, like I have someone in my family's got bipolar, and like they like when they're going through episodes and stuff, rationality goes out the window. Like,
Oh, yeah.
they'll blow like.
Maybe on some Rick James shit.
Yeah, they'll blow money they don't have on like clothes or random stuff. Like it's you know, like you go on these episodes, and like I've asked
You do what feels right in the moment.
yeah.
Even though you have like no, not perception.
regulator.
Yeah, but you have like
in your
no
mind,
regulator
yeah.
of time or like right and wrong, or like you just kind of do things.
It's a whole
So-
I don't give a fuck mentality.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I
Like,
think it's a
fuck it.
combination, and then you know, like I do believe that the Kardashian family like really messed him up.
I
Like,
don't.
Oh, I believe
I think there's
Everybody
some- I
in
think
that
there's something up with that
vicinity-
family for real. Like I
Yeah.
don't like. I'm
There's
not trying to
something-
like.
There's
yeah.
something weird going on.
They just don't live in reality. They just
Yeah.
don't
They
live in
don't.
reality.
They
They're
don't
the
do
only people who I
anything.
know who are famous for being famous. Like I don't
Yeah.
understand.
They-
Like
How? And And like, who put them there?
Because remember
Well,
the
there
dad.
was a man named O.J. Simpson.
And Ray J. Let's not forget what he
I forgot about Ray J.
Don't forget about Ray J.
Well, back in the early 90s, there
Matter of fact, I think it was just like they
was
decided
a
that
football player named the Juice.
they decided that they were gonna exploit black men from day one. It started with OJ and then got now all the way to Kanye. It started with Jay, now it's Ye. You feel me?
True.
You feel me? It started with OJ, now it's on Ye.
They're getting the whole alphabet in there.
They're getting it.
Have you watched them like have conversations like the
It's-
Kardashians?
Dude, it's weird. It's kind of
NPC
robotic, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's like
it's
it's
not
kind of
like-
like they're saying stuff that was like scripted for them, but there's no
They're
fucking
just like-
script there. Like it's just
Oh
like
my
it's
God.
like their eyes have teleprompters
Oh my
behind them.
God,
You know-
Courtney,
They're puppets.
do your nails.
have you seen that girl on TikTok that does all the Kardashians?
No.
Like,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
yeah, I did. Yeah.
She's hilarious.
she's
Like
pretty
she
good.
does them so well. Like I'm like, this could be an episode of the Kardashians.
We should
As
have
far
her
as
on the
I'm
podcast.
concerned, I've never seen it, but it like
Yeah.
it's just like
Your brain will melt.
We
so
should
don't
reach
watch
out.
it.
We should reach out and see if we can get her on the pod.
Yeah.
that'd be hilarious. Yeah.
Or at
just
least for
like-
like a sketch comedy thing, because I'll do that shit. That'd be funny as well. I want to be the next Kardashian husband, and then I want to write a whole sketch comedy series about how I got scooped up by like one of the Kardashians, but like one of the unknown ones will make one up type shit.
Is Pete Davidson still?
No, he's
Oh hell no,
dating-
dude! He said that was the worst relationship he had ever been through
I
ever
believe it.
because of
don't believe
the fallout, because of the shit that Kanye did, and the shit
It's a
that Kim
good thing.
did.
It's a good
went to
thing he didn't
therapy
have her
again.
name tattooed on his body.
Oh yeah.
I think he learned from Ariana Grande. That's not a good idea.
No, he got her name tattooed and her kids' names.
Oh, did he actually?
He did, yeah.
Oh, what
He
a-
did. He did.
Pete Davidson, if you watch
Like,
this,
why?
stop being a dumbass.
Like, listen, if you're gonna be able to, I know you can get the women. Like, they're already like the fact
They're
that you got
there.
them in the first place doesn't mean you gotta do wild shit to keep them. Like, it's just like,
You got,
you know what I mean? Like,
bro. Stop being a dumbass.
you know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
think right now he's supposedly dating the girl from the.
Jenna Ortega.
Yeah.
No, is that the next?
That's
I
the
thought
Wednesday.
it was.
That's the
I
Wednesday.
thought it was Emily Rodriguez
Rodriguez or whatever.
Well, she was that girl in
look
the
it up.
Blurred Lines video. That
oh, the one that fucking homeboy was humping the whole time.
yeah.
Rest in
And
peace.
she's a model. I forget. It's like Emily Ratajkowski. I don't know.
Oh,
I really
Rosnowski.
butchered that. but
Emily Rosnowski.
yeah, we're like, who's
Something
Pete
Polish.
Davidson dating right now?
Yeah, dude dates somebody. Oh, yep, you're right. Emily Ratajkowski.
It's hard to pronounce.
Yeah.
I think it's like is it a Russian name?
Radaj. I'm not even. I'm done.
I'm done.
You guys know.
Yeah. And then, so is he dating that?
Yeah.
Let's see.
You know, it's
Let's
you
do
were
some
right.
sleuthing.
It was Emily. What's her name?
They are meant to be, maybe.
I think they're just.
Why are some people calling Jenna Ortega anti-Semitic? Jeez. Man, what is going on? Like, didn't we like solve this problem back in like? Why are neo-Nazis like, we're back?
I don't know.
And I'm like, it's crazy to me. I'm like, what is going on?
I don't know.
What about neo-Nazis?
We thought we got rid of Nazis, but I guess we didn't.
No, they never
Yeah.
went away.
It's like,
They just went into
It's like-
hiding.
do you ever see that Family Guy skit where he's like, they bring Walt Disney out of the cryo chamber? He's
Oh,
like,
no.
it's like, are all the Jews dead yet? No.
I'll be
Put
back.
me back in.
do you guys think that's real?
What, cryogenic freezing stuff?
Disney's just like underground, like Demolition Man.
I don't think so, because there's a.
You have seen that movie?
If you know enough about science, unless we have technology that I'm not aware of,
Yeah.
there's no way that you can crystallize the inside of a human being and then successfully thaw it out without them fucking dying.
He did.
Yeah.
He did get frozen. Though. I'm pretty sure that's real.
Like, yeah, but you can't fucking thaw
You
him
can't-
out.
Yeah, he's like
Like
yeah.
he's dead. Like
Yeah,
it's just a
Yet.
frozen head. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like he's just a frozen. I don't know if it's a head or a body, but it's just like now that he is frozen, we don't have the technology to successfully unthaw anything. Like
But wait.
especially a human being without
Yeah.
killing it.
But
You
wait,
feel me?
when Elsa turned Anna into, like, she came back from that.
She did.
Listen, bro. When
did.
your insides crystallize, like I'm gonna give you.
You're gonna tell me that movie was
I'm gonna
fine?
tell you right. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Based on
Your brain.
reality?
You tell me that I'm wrong.
If you want me to take, okay, we'll put it this way: if you take a fucking person's nervous system and then fucking freeze it, and then try and thaw it out, it is
Have you ever
not
had
going to.
frostbite?
It is not going to work.
It's not good. You
All
lose-
of the nerves, or which is basically all a nervous system is, it's a pile of fucking nerves. All of
Yeah.
it's going to die immediately whenever it reaches sub-zero temperatures.
I don't know. I think think we gotta try it to find out.
I mean, I'm sure we can, but it's just like, all right, fine. Take a squirrel, fucking freeze
Take
it.
a
Take a
Freeze that
squirrel.
motherfucker, then thaw it out and tell me what happened.
But wait, what
Start
about
running around
what
again?
about the what do they call that thing? It's like something bear. It's like a little like
A water bear?
Water bear. They live in sub-zero temperatures.
That's
Yeah.
okay, but that's like
about
their-
fish?
Their biology is made for
What about
that.
fish?
Fish.
Their biology is made for
They
that.
do
We are
free-
human beings.
Nah, I'm
We are
done.
There's
not-
a frog
I've watched
that
the whole-
freezes its own blood.
Yeah.
Again,
And
can-
goes into
name a human
hibernation.
being that can do that.
I've watched a whole bunch of documentaries on how that works. Actually, it's like they produce a bunch of sugar somehow, and like that's what keeps them from like dying.
Okay, so
I don't know how that works.
I don't know how that shit
This is
works
what you
either, but
do.
I'll tell you what.
You
like,
take- you
we're
take
not
blood.
amphibians.
You feed it through one of those machines and it infuses sugar.
Yeah. And then you freeze yourself, and you let the machine circulate your blood.
You got like more. Instead of like frozen veins, it's more like slushies.
My thing about it is like, why do we have to? My thing is, why can't we just come up with something that can preserve it without having to freeze the shit? Like, if we could just make like a preservation gel or something, like some fucking like I don't know, just
What
put me in fucking Jello for a couple years and then see if that works. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
This is gonna sound gross, but like, what about that like fluid you're in when you're a baby in your mom's
like
womb?
this amniotic fluid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about that? Can you just like?
Probably, because that's
You
full
would
of
have
stem
to
cells. So like, most
find-
likely you could just like swim in that for. But here's the thing, like you.
What
still-
about in the Matrix when
you'd
they're
still
hooked
probably
into the machines?
But they're still aging though. You know what I'm saying? They're still getting older.
That's
so
true,
it's just
yeah.
like the problem with cryogenesis is that it's the process that you want is to freeze you as you are,
Yeah.
and then to unthaw you the exact way that you still are years later, even though a bunch of time has passed. So in order for that to work, you would need to be successfully frozen in time and not have any able to grow, and that's hair, nails, everything, but mentally also frozen.
Here's an interesting
And not
question
dead. You
about
feel me?
time. If you could stop time, right? Freeze it completely, but you could be the thing that like moves through from time frozen.
Clock Stoppers.
Yeah.
Remember that terrible movie?
Or like switch, like
Yeah.
like switch.
Yeah, Switch, yeah.
If you hit something,
Yeah.
like if you punch that window, does it break or not?
I don't think it does until you unfreeze it.
Ooh,
Because the way that
the
so like
molecules.
gravity stretches time, right? Gravity's not going to go away even though you've stopped time. So anything that you do that exerts gravity on anything else will eventually just like restart or take effect whenever you fucking
yeah.
What would happen to you if you
restart
like
it.
took something like water and you tried to drink? That was like
Yeah, you try to
unfroze?
drink it.
You
Yeah.
tried to drink
It wouldn't come out. It
Yeah.
wouldn't, it
So
would,
basically, everything's indestructible while you're like you couldn't even lift this. You probably couldn't even lift this, honestly.
But what you could do is because here's what would happen: you would pick it up and you would go to throw it, and it would just stop. You feel me? It would stop exactly in the position that you left it in.
I don't
When
think you can move it at all.
When you unfreeze, you can still move it because you're moving. That's the thing. You can still move things even though you're because
But they're frozen in time.
they're not necessarily frozen. They're fucking like they're in a quantum state. They're in a quantum fugue state, which means that in order for you to even be able to move, because time is frozen, you're actually just moving so much faster than everything else that everything else is perpetually frozen where it is.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
yeah.
Man,
So
we're getting real
with that,
philosophical here.
what that means is you could do things to
the
things,
absinthe.
people, and whatever the
Yeah,
fuck,
it's the
and
absinthe.
eventually it would take effect. You feel me? So it's like I could pick something up and throw it, but it wouldn't go very far.
What if you were listening to music?
You wouldn't be able to hear it.
What? You
You
don't
wouldn't
think
be
so?
able-
But
no,
it's
not
a
at all.
sound wave.
'Cause the-
Not at all, because like again, you can't
It's like energies and shit.
when you freeze time, the sound waves and the thing that
They
like,
can't move.
Yeah, like the radio
So
waves, all that stuff.
if
they're
you
also
yell,
frozen.
would you make a sound?
No, because you're in a vacuum. But the sound would come when you freeze time. When you unfreeze it, it would basically do that. So like how would I make this? How would I make it make more sense? So
like
like
you
say I would fucking remember that scene in X-Men
Yeah.
where Quicksilver was running around doing all that shit, right?
Yeah.
That's essentially how it would work. Like you could probably like pick something up and taste it, pick something up and eat it, pick
Well, I
something
feel
up
like
and move it. But
I feel like you could like because once you pick up something, I feel like it would take on your like
yeah,
property.
like now exactly because you're touching it. That's the only reason why it's allowed to move. So the minute that you're not touching it, it doesn't take effect. However, because you touched it in the first place, now it has that just the same amount of energy. So when it does restart, it's probably gonna go through a wall or something like
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean?
Dang.
Like
Wait,
Show
but what
up
about
somewhere else.
like the bee in the car
Yeah.
idea with the music? So like your headphones are in your ears, and a bee obviously can't fly 80 miles an hour. But if it's in your car, it's traveling 80 miles an hour. It doesn't just hit the back of the windshield. So
Yeah.
would the music take the same property? Would your headphones take the same property as that?
you'd have to play the music as fast as possible in order for you to even like register it because you're again moving so fast that your perception of reality is that much higher than everything else. So like you're perceiving everything in what you would call an attosecond. An attosecond is the shortest measurement of time that human beings can even perceive, right? So if you can think that fast and move that fast, everything that you're doing is causing a weird vacuum effect behind you. So that the minute that you exit this area, everything behind you is going to fucking explode because
that like
of the amount of
when-
kinetic buildup.
Like when Neo was flying through the city and all that shit was like flying up behind
Yeah,
him.
because like if you run past something at that speed, it's going to tear it apart. If you run something, if you're moving that
follows
fast,
him.
it's going to tear something apart. Same thing like where if you notice how when he was stepping on the wall, it was creating craters in the wall.
Yeah.
It's because the shock waves of him actually doing that are all over his body, and he doesn't have the ability to eliminate the friction that's being caused from the air rushing to fill the space behind him. And he just did that all over the room. So now in a room where all the air is fucking frozen, imagine turning all that back on. It's just a fucking explosion of like a massive amount of air.
Imagine being punched by that.
Oh, you die immediately. You fucking die. Your jaw would either come off or your fucking face would turn inside out. Like, you feel me? Like, because that's just the way kinetic energy works. You can't create it or destroy it, but once it's created, you can slow it down.
You would have to be moving faster than light by astronomically faster.
Oh, for sure. But the thing about it is,
so the whole world is dark then. You can't even see what you're doing.
See, but that's the thing. Like, light is the only thing that's visible. So again, like you would have to be in an area where light already was. So if you're running at night or something, right? There's no way that you could create more fucking light or anything like that. So wherever the properties of wherever you're at the time is how it is. You can run until it's fucking daylight if you're going to be fast enough to get around the world. But the issue here is that we don't also have the technology to counteract all the bad stuff that's going to happen to you because of that. Your bones would have to be as strong as fucking tungsten steel because of the amount of time that you're hitting the fucking floor. Like, that's a lot of fucking time.
Yeah.
You get to fucking powder your bones. You also need the ability for your eyes to resist all that fucking air pressure, and we don't have goggles that can even resist that amount. And we don't have the ability to reduce the amount of friction that you're providing to yourself. So your clothes, your shoes, and everything you're wearing is going to catch on fire immediately.
Damn.
Science.
So
Like
you go
combust.
from Quicksilver to like
Paste.
It's
the
just not possible.
flamethrower.
Yeah,
It
pretty
sounds like
much.
you watch
Straight
that
jelly.
science guy who like explains why superpowers are a bad idea.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Science. I forget what his name is.
Because
but
science.
yeah,
Science, yeah.
I like that.
Oh yeah, dude.
Cool.
But again, I think the most version that we could probably get to it is like the Flash, how he vibrates. If you could vibrate your molecules at a certain amount of speed,
Go through the wall.
then you could go through the wall, and then for the friction thing wouldn't be a problem because air would pass right through you and you
Yeah.
wouldn't have an issue. But again, we don't have anything that moves or vibrates that fast. So I think we could make stuff. We have what's that shit that China did recently? They created an artificial sun that was like a couple thousand degrees hotter than the actual sun, like on Earth. And I'm just
I
like,
didn't
we
even
can-
know they did that.
oh yeah, they have a
Yeah,
particle
they
accelerator.
figured out
Oh.
fusion.
Yeah, they
CERN?
figured out-
Oh,
Yeah, they
I don't
figured
think
out
that was.
fusion.
I don't, was that China?
Yeah,
I
that was
thought
China.
I thought that was like
CERN
a-
isn't China though. It's like
No, CERN is us. CERN is us.
Yeah.
But no, that was China specifically. They made a small sun in their in their own
I feel like that's
facility.
I feel like
dangerous.
that would have
How
melted
did that
everybody.
not melt like literally
Right. That's what I
everything?
They have so they created this fucking thing. That China's idea is they want us to be a level whatever the fuck society to where we can harness the power of our sun.
Level 1. We're not
Level
even
one.
there
Yeah,
yet.
Yeah,
so,
we're like
to power
point-
our fucking yeah.
Point
So
C or
With
something.
Dyson sphere. We need a Dyson sphere.
they created this like
Yeah, Dyson vacuum.
what did they call it, Jared? It was like a fusion reactor or some
Yeah,
shit.
the
Yeah.
Ptolemaic fusion reactor.
Yeah, they created a fucking fusion reactor that basically made a sun. A
Basically,
miniature
the
fucking
plot
sun.
of Spider-Man 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
essentially, like, so they did that, and like, I guarantee you, like, if we could figure out how to do that successfully, like, we could plug everything on the planet into that one thing, and it would work for like ever. So like, so they
Stop
did it,
listening,
but it's,
NSA.
Did
but
they, do we know that they did it for certain, or are they just
oh yeah, for
saying
sure.
they did
No,
it?
they figured it out because like the scientists like are also part of the UN. Like, you know what I'm saying? Any
Oh,
scientific
okay.
discovery that's supposed to help humanity is basically monitored by like certain members of the UN.
This is what I've always wondered. Why don't we harness the power of those little shrimp that
Oh, yeah.
their punch is
Oh,
as
the
hot as
fucking,
Oh,
what
fucking-
is it called?
yeah.
The rainbow shrimp.
Rainbow
or some
shrimp.
shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
isn't
They
their
can, like,
punch
it with
like
air or something?
like
Yeah.
hotter than the surface of the sun or
Yeah.
something like that?
Yeah.
Like vaporize the shit, whatever.
Yeah.
Yes,
You just
they
gotta-
can
we just gotta
break-
harness that
also,
energy.
They can break a human arm with a punch.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
that's fucking dope.
crazy.
Just get some shrimp.
It's like, bro, what the hell happened? That fucking shrimp got me, dude.
What are they
Those
called?
things are intense.
I saw the movie. There was like some movie where that like one of the guys' power was based on that shrimp.
Oh, what was that?
It was a
I'm
Netflix
looking
movie.
it up.
It was good though.
Was it that Project Power shit with Jamie
Yeah,
Foxx?
Project Power. Yeah.
Was it?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
It's a mantis shrimp.
Mantis shrimp.
Yeah.
There's a fucking
They're
Pokemon
fucking
based off of
beautiful
that shit.
too.
Like a,
They are so
like a superhero, like Mega Man.
They can see 24. It was like a. Hold on. They can see more colors than we can. Like their color spectrum is like 24% more than ours.
How do you think stuff would look if we actually could register any more colors?
Like
than
we're on
what's kinda
LSD
thought?
all the time.
Well, like even when I'm on LSD, like the only thing I can see is like they just get brighter. Like what if there were new ones we weren't seeing? Like imagine if we
Like
could register
mushrooms.
that.
Like the visuals off of mushrooms kind of do the same thing.
Yeah, a bit. It's more like
I
a
don't know.
like a breathing situation. I'm thinking like, what if we discovered new colors that our eyes weren't registering?
I feel like it'd be like synesthesia. So like there are actual like painters and artists that can actually see extra colors, and I'd have to send you guys a link to it, but they've painted what they see, and they'll have landscapes where it looks like there's like a kaleidoscope of rainbows of like different colors, like
I wish.
like different hues that
So
you
sick.
typically wouldn't see in a landscape portrait. And
Kanye West says he has synesthesia.
I got a
that's different. That's different.
I got a
He has something.
I got a stigmatism.
I got the ism.
I got a stigmatism.
I wish I could see in multiple colors though. Like
Yeah.
that'd be so cool.
I'm more concerned with just having 20/20 vision.
Man,
Yeah.
I'm saying I
I
gotta
want
wear
that.
I
glasses.
have contacts every day.
Yeah, bro. It's,
Then you fall asleep in them.
dude, that's the worst.
Did that
And
the
my
other day?
vision's in
Yeah.
the negatives. It's bad.
Ooh.
Yeah, I
Is
got
that even
negative.
possible?
Mine are
don't
too.
know.
I got negative 2.5 in one eye and negative 2.25 in the other eye.
Mine's like -5, -2.5.
Oh damn! I thought mine was
Mine
bad.
are terrible.
Instead I have 20/20 in this eye, and I think like 20/40 in this one. I think.
Oh wow, dude, you're so you're like
You're
Wait
so
a
cool.
minute, you're
Brag
so
about your
cool.
I'm
good
pretty sure
eyes.
20/40 is bad. I'm pretty sure this one's bad. I don't think 20/40 is a good one.
Yeah, my wife
It's
got
like
LASIK.
negative 13, like negative 13.5.
Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's worse than me. Yeah, my wife got LASIK, and I was like,
How much
I
was
was like,
that?
why
That had
did
to be
you get
expensive.
LASIK? Hers are barely anything, and I'm like, I'm rocking over here, like I can't see shit. If I have I'm like Velma, I can't.
My
Like,
glasses.
Okay.
Yo, okay, so imagine you're in a zombie apocalypse and you lose them shits, bro.
Stop.
You're,
I'm fucked.
Dude, that's why I strategically keep like sunglasses everywhere. Like I have some in my car. I got some in my book bag. I got some
Man.
I keep them like just in case, because you never know
I'd
when
be
that.
killing everything thinking it's
Yeah.
a zombie.
I went like the first
trying to eat berries, pick up rocks.
15 years of my life with no glasses, so I've got like really good hearing.
Yeah.
You know, I'd be like a bat, you know.
So I'm saying I feel like the senses would be heightened if I lost my glasses. Like
Yeah.
I'll be.
But
able to,
here's the
like,
thing:
hear
you're
things
always
better.
fucking scared. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying. You know where they're at, but you
More-
can't see.
heightened. I don't know.
Would you become like Denzel Washington in what's the movie? It's like a biblical name.
Oh, like Book of Eli.
Book of Eli.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you be like him, where you can like just hear stuff and then
I mean, I would see like
Yeah.
see,
carry
like,
a big stick?
I don't necessarily see like, because I don't have an issue with my vision. The only role I see myself playing in like a zombie apocalypse, because I'm fucking tiny and fast, is that like I'm the motherfucker that gotta go get stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey,
make the
it's like,
jumps.
hey, like, you know what I'm saying, you're not a doctor or, you know, a person who can stay here and fucking like clean the guns and shit. So it's like, you know, you're pretty fast. You know what I'm saying? So how
I
about
mean,
you
you
go
do
over
have
there?
EMT experience though.
I mean, that's true, but it's like, I don't think that'd be the more valuable reason to keep me behind, as far as,
Yeah.
because like you'd want like somebody who, because like the most I could do is maybe like dress a wound, but like, you know, somebody gets gangrene, somebody gets fucking, if we don't have the materials for that, there's
Yeah.
no use for that. And I
you
still
gotta-
gotta go get that shit anyway. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Hack it
someone's
off.
still gotta go get it.
You gotta cut it off.
Oh yeah, I could successfully cut it off, but it's like we gotta cauterize it after that, and it's gonna be a
Yeah.
whole other extra. Shit. It's gonna be a whole other extra
You gotta
shit.
pour some gunpowder on there and then light it on
And then the
fire.
worst part is, bro,
Does
is
that
like,
work in real life?
Oh, the gunpowder,
gunpowder
thing?
situation?
Oh, it does. Oh yeah, for sure.
Does it? Okay.
Oh yeah, most definitely, because it immediately cauterizes it. It's really fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
I cauterized this bad boy right here, but I didn't use gunpowder. I just got a knife really hot.
Ooh.
yeah,
Just got
hot,
a super
hot
hot
knife will
and I
do
was
it.
like, got
Ooh,
it.
damn.
Yep,
Yeah.
hot knife will do it.
Because I did it at work,
Yeah.
and it was
Yeah.
bleeding really bad, and I probably needed stitches, and I was like, I'm not going to the hospital. So I just went to the furnace and stuck a knife in there.
Oh, my God.
And I was like,
Real
I
talk,
know.
like that's why like dogs lick their own wounds and shit like that, like, and that's why they lick their master's wounds or
Oh.
some shit like that, because like it, for some reason, I don't know what it is about their fucking saliva or something. It like, I guess it helps or something.
Yeah.
Same things
It
are
can
like,
also give you really bad infection.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying,
dog,
like, that's-
every
and,
once a year I have to like wrap his leg up because one of his legs, because he will chew the pads off of his paws. I'm like, dude,
Aw.
stop it!
My
Don't
dog used
do
to
it.
chew at her arm.
Why does he do
all the
that?
time.
I don't know, because I think he like he licks
Talking
him
about Brick?
constantly. Yeah, good old brick.
Good old
And yeah, he like, I don't know, like he'll either like go outside and get like something stuck in it or something, or he just, I don't know.
He likes the taste of his paw
Yeah,
once
like-
a year.
He's bored and he's like, this is good.
this is all I'm doing.
I don't
today.
know. It's like why actually like I used to be really bad about biting my nails, but then I got braces and that kind of stopped. And I'm like just trying so hard to keep that habit like not
Oh, yeah,
a
for
thing.
sure.
I'm like, please just refrain. And I can't catch myself doing it. I'm like,
It's like I've noticed if I get bored while I'm doing something, that's when I start like, because like I had to stop myself from doing it myself when I was younger. I started working in the kitchen whenever I was younger, and my hands were always fucking gross. So I was just like, I don't want to put that shit in my mouth. That's what made me stop doing it. Yeah. But then like nowadays, just because it's like now my nails grow retarded amounts of fast. So and then you get annoyed. You're like, wow. Yeah, because you got dirt and shit under them. That shit looks so gross to me. Yeah. Like, I hate getting dirt under my nails. Make me self-conscious. But
right, like,
for real, we're good. Like, so I gotta see. Nah, I'm already fucked up. I like this. But like, so I have to keep them trimmed like all the time. But I catch myself like I'll be watching a movie. Yeah, I'm just like, it's either driving or moving. That's why I got like I have a Lord of the Rings fidget spinner.
Yes,
and then
Lord of the Rings.
Then I found this guy the other day. I was like, this is the perfect like driving like fidget, the original fidget spinner. Just satisfying. Well, it's been about an hour and a half. Oh yeah, so,
it's a long pod.
Oh yeah, it's a long pod. If you had anything else you want to speak about before we hop off here, I mean, do you want to like? Tell people where they can find you too.
I just wanted to shout out the Ohio Rave Sisters. We are doing a show February 11th at the Vortex in Akron. Mm-hmm. It is titled Aphrodite's Ball, so it's Valentine's Day themed, obviously. We are doing a $10 discount for couples that show up matching. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Is it like a costume kind of thing?
Yeah, so you can come in a costume. You can, as long as you're matching, couples will.
Well, it is a rave, yeah. I guess. That's pretty cool. It's a neat idea.
It'll be $30 matching couples, 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. So.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Come out, support. I'll be there taking pictures.
What are your socials? Where can they find you?
You can find me on Facebook at Michaela Strasser. That's usually all I use. I got TikTok at MackleMeme.
MackleMeme, that's great.
Exactly how it sounds.
Camera of choice. What do you
I have a Canon T6 Rebel.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. I got the T7i.
T7i, yeah. My camera gear actually got stolen on my birthday last year, so I had to get a whole new one. Yeah, so that sucked. It's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, what about you, Jared? Where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at JTB Paradox. You can also find me on Facebook at Jared Shepard. I just started up my Twitch channel after a few years of radio silence. So whenever I decide to stream, you can find me at JTB Paradox XX on Twitch. And
goes my
yeah.
All right, what we got you, Tyler?
I'm Tyler Watkins on Instagram. No A, I am TYLERWATKINS.
I feel like that was a radio sign off. Like,
I'm not kidding when I tell you. Like, I answer probably like 60 calls a day. Yeah. And half the people are like, dude, are you real? I'm like, yeah, I'm real. They're like, you sound like you should be on the radio.
And now this.
You want me to get my? I'll get my call center voice on for you real quick. It's like,
hello, thanks for calling.
Hi, thanks for calling Apple.
You're like, I am on a podcast. You sound like a robot from LA, bro.
Yeah, that's pretty much. But yeah, I've talked to some cool people. Some guys are like, so I've talked to some guy like a couple weeks ago who was did something with a cafe and like a music cafe in Chicago. Oh, and he lives in LA. So I talked to a lot of rich business people. So.
There you go. I mean, what's Apple? So yeah. Get their contacts.
I plugged us a couple times.
Oh, there you go.
So maybe we got a couple viewers from that.
Let's hope so. What do we got? All Circles Media, All Circles Podcast, In Orbit Podcast, Adam Robb Film, all that fun stuff. But we will be on tour. We will be going on tour. Officially starting this Saturday. Yeah. Burnt Pickle. Doors open at 7?
Doors open at 7.
What's the door fee? Show starts at 8.
Can I shout out the page real quick?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. The page for Ohio Rave Sisters is Ohio Rave Sisters Event. On Facebook, you just look all that up, and you can find me on there, too.
Bet. All right. Signing off. Deuces. Also,